Hi, I'm Gib McCarron.
And I'm John Hardy.
Welcome to the Money Matters Minute. You know, it's hard to believe that we're mid-year 2014.
6 months have just flown by, and before you know it, we'll be December and we'll say the year's over.
We'll be having our year-end discussion. Well, we're going to have a mid-year discussion in August 13th and 14th. We're going to talk about some of the things we're going to talk about today, but we'll spend more time with that. But I think there's been some big impacts that have happened to the market. One being that we've had a terrible winter and its impact that it had on the economic growth or lack thereof.
Not only was it cold, but it snowed and it just shut the economy down more so than folks actually realized. And the data proved itself into the second quarter of this year. But it was a true statement that this year's winter had an economic effect on what happened in the first 6 months.
Right, and there's been two revisions since that have had other data that have impacted. In fact, we had a negative GDP, and I think we're for the first time in a long time, we're at a period where politics is not really impacting the markets as much as what that GDP is going to be and what corporate growth is going to be.
Thank goodness politics is not affecting the market now. We did have the revision downward. That was a little scary to the market. You saw a blip. We talked about blips all during the first 6 months of this year, but it sets up now this second quarter earnings number as a very important number of where we go in terms of the second half of this year.
The Fed remains transparent, which the markets love, and that's why we're seeing a lot of positive things happening in the market. And I think that transparency will continue. Tapering should end in October, and probably rates will stay pretty stagnant through a lot of 2015, don't you think?
Thank goodness for the Fed and being consistent and putting out what they're going to do and where we're going to go. The market has read it. They anticipate interest rates to remain the same through this year and into 2015, as you said, yes.
Equities are halfway to the goal that we predicted at the first of the year, somewhere in that 5.5% on the S&P. We predicted a 10 to 15% gain on the S&P. We're halfway there.
We looked at reviews halfway during this year, and if you look at our numbers, they're on track to be a good, solid performing year as long as things remain consistent. We anticipate a good year as it goes.
Bonds are not really helping us this year. We're out of the glory days of bonds, so it looks like we're having to get a lot more of our gains on the equity side.
Individuals that are now into retirement time have to think in terms of a little more on an equity side to capture that opportunity. The bond side, you and I are really working hard to think about how we preserve principal with a potential ultimate rising interest rate.
Right, and I think we both feel that we're kind of in the mid-range of this recovery cycle, and we're not at the mature end of the recovery cycle, and that's important for your portfolio, because if we were at the end of that cycle, we'd be having to do some things differently.
We continue to say in baseball terms we're in the seventh or eighth inning. They're being stretched out, it seems like.
Yeah, I think we probably revised that down to about sixth inning.
Yeah, we got a lot of pitches that are going on, but we're still there, and we have opportunity for the remaining of this year.
In August, as I said earlier, August 13th and 14th, in Greensboro and Winston-Salem. We'll give you more information as we firm these things up. We'll be talking to you about these types of things, and then probably some more important things about your portfolio. Where are the opportunities in your portfolio moving forward as we go into these later stages? The headwinds that are upon us, because there's some headwinds out there.
Yeah, there are. They're geopolitical in nature, and they're concerning to everybody, and we got to watch them. We got to figure out what we do if something erupts overseas.
So come join us then. Give us a call here, 336-544-6800. If you have some questions or you'd like a free portfolio review. And always remember, it's your money.
Because your money matters.